Hello, and thank you for joining us here at Freedom March. I'm Levan Miller. And of course, as always, you're listening to us on channel 103.5, the Beat FM. Channel 224, that's on cable. Channel 112, that's over there on Flow. And on ILTV Studios, over there on Facebook. But wherever you're choosing to listen, again, thank you so much for listening. So I hear in the wind that this evening, the Free National Movement is going to present their, what did they say, slew of candidates. And I can't wait to see what they come up with. I'm also hearing in the wind that among the list of persons should be names like Lincoln Deal, should be names like Jamal Moss, should be names like, what is the guy's name? Blue Johnson? And these are just some of the names that I'm hearing. I don't know how the Blue and Lincoln thing will turn out, but we will see. And all of the anticipation will come to an end at some point once they have decided, once they go into council, and once they've come out who their candidates will be. And so I'm very anxious. There are some names that I will be looking for. Like I wonder if in Southern Shores we will see nominated this evening the likes of Adenali Penn, who has been on the ground and in the trench for some time. Will we see any nominations from the leadership of the party? Will we see all of the Freeport nominations? Because that would be interesting. And who exactly are they going to put in areas that they perceive may be hotly contested or even dissected once the Boundaries Commission meets? And we are hearing Kalani may be among them. St. Barnabas may be among them. Golden Isles may be among them. We're also hearing that North Andros and the Berry Islands may be among that separation. The wind has told us that places like Bimini may become standalone seats. Places like West End and 8 Mile Rock might become a seat. We're hearing things like Long Island might be added to Ragged Island. What do these things mean? And how do they affect who will be nominated tonight on the Free National Movement's ticket? Now, none of this is factual, but I'm telling you what I'm hearing in the wind, and I've got more when we return on the next side of the break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levan Miller, and again, we're on 103.5 The Beat FM. Channel 224, that's on cable. Channel 112, that's on Flow, and Ohio TV Studios. Believe it or not, the spiritual advisor, extraordinary and plenipotentiary, is with me in studio, and if he is here, he must have brought with him Holy Scripture.
Indeed.
Spiritual advisor, again, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, busy day outside.
Yeah.
Some traffic moving around.
Plenty traffic. It's amazing.
There's a bit of a backup. If you are listening to my voice, you want to avoid any of the roads that will take you on to the, what is this new thing called?
New Providence Highway.
Bahama Way or whatever the name.
New Providence
Highway. Yes.
It'll take you out
so
to
if
West
you're coming
Street.
anywhere toward the six-leg roundabout, change your course. It is horrible. It is horrendously ridiculous. There is a container truck that has what kind of car was that? Pinned underneath it, and you won't be able to get past. I don't care which direction you're coming from. So if you're on any one of those highways, you want to try to see if you could meander your way either through Stapleton Gardens or meander your way onto Carmichael Road, which is also going to probably be treacherous. Or if you're on Yellow Elder, on the area of Yellow Elder, you want to see if you could meander your way through there. Do not use that little intersection there. So that's if you're on Bahama, Games Boulevard. Try not to come too far west. If you're on JFK, try to get on to West Bay Street.
You won't be able to. Well,
yeah, because if you come up JFK, that's gonna be locked tight in a few seconds. Yeah. And road traffic police station, could we get a cycle out there? A cycle could fix this in short order. This is why I think the commissioner needs to ramp up her motorcycle purchases. A cyclist.
They have enough motorcycles now.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
They have 150 motorcycles.
No, they do not. Where do they have them?
They're all
Where
over.
do they have them?
They have 150 motorcycles.
Where do they have them?
On the streets. You don't see them, but they have them.
Would you like to also buy the bridge that my daddy gave me in his will?
Don't forget, I think at one point they had gotten 50 new motorcycles, and then prior to that, they had 100.
Yeah.
So they
do not have.
So what happens to the motorcycles? They mash them all up?
Mister, I can't tell you what they do to them. I just tell you they ain't 150 more.
Let me ask you a question. You remember when they got those BMW bikes?
Yes.
How much was it?
Not 150.
Was it 50?
Let me ask the win. Win! Oh, win!
Yeah.
Tell me, how many motorcycles on average do we have in operation?
The last motorcycles they got were the BMW motorcycles. So we need to find out how much of those cycles were either purchased or given to the government.
Sure.
And then prior to that, there was another fleet of motorcycles.
The Honda motorbikes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm thinking they have at least 150 bikes that could.
I think you're so far from right that it ain't funny.
So how much you think it is?
Nowhere near 150.
But one accident can just cost all this area.
Yeah, and the police training college isn't too far from there. They could actually take the little dirt road up from the college onto the back of the hot rod.
The Hot Rod Association race.
Yeah, and we can get the police officers over there in quick time. This isn't anything that is we should be able to.
But there are some police officers on the scene though.
They were there when
they're processing the accident.
They weren't there when I was there.
Oh no?
No.
Yeah, there's some police officers on the scene now.
Well, praise the Lord. It's so wonderful to see that His Majesty's peace officers have come to restore peace. Lord, did you get their numbers? I want to call them.
No, it's too far. I was trying to navigate.
Were they khakis or were they in blues?
One khaki, one motorcycle.
So a cyclist was already
a white
there.
truck, police truck, motorcycle.
A police truck
one khaki.
and a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw one person in khaki directing traffic, and then another officer with his book writing up.
Fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, praise the Lord for His Majesty. Wherever I see them, I'm excited and overtaken with glee when I see His Majesty's peace officers. It fills my heart. It fills my heart. Anyway,
Indeed.
Let's go to Holy Scripture Spiritual Advisor. So give it about 20 minutes. Tell our fans you need some time. You can't come for her at exactly 5. You could get to her at 5:15. That way she could have a little more time in the office to have office gossip, eh? What does Holy Scripture have for us today, Spirit?
John 12:47 to 49, I think it is.
The book of John.
The book of John.
Wow. So not the Gospel of
book,
John.
well, this is the Gospel according to John.
This is the Gospel according to John, okay.
And
so
you
not
know-
like 1st, 2nd, 3rd John.
Same person.
No, but the different books.
Yeah.
I just making sure that the people that following us know.
But the critic says, how is it that we have these men who were Jewish and they didn't have these American or European names? They're trying to figure out at what point did the names change from Jewish to European. And there's all kind of arguments people want to get involved in because they don't want to accept these books as being authentic. But we're not going to get into that today. But it is the Gospel according to John. And 47 to 49, the speaker hears Jesus. And here's what Jesus says. If anyone hears my words but does not keep them, I do not judge that person. For I did not come to judge the world, but to save the world. And here's where I differ with those who teach that Jesus only came to save a select few. Jesus says, for I did not come to judge the world. And is this world here is not talking about the cosmos. All right? This world here makes reference to every person. He says, but I came to save the world, and everybody's included in this. He says, there is a judge for the one who rejects me and doesn't accept my words. The very words I have spoken will condemn them at the last day. And that's where it becomes kind of scary for me. For there is a judge for the one who rejects me and does not accept my words. The very words I have spoken will condemn them at the last day. For I did not speak on my own, but the Father who sent me commanded me to say all that I have spoken. John 12, 47 to 49, read from the NIV for clarity.
And so
this is
Jesus
from-
came for more than just the Jews.
Yeah, he says he came to save the world. So it just baffles me that there are some who would try to twist the
Sure.
scriptures
Sure.
to make it seem as if Jesus only came to save the Jews.
Right.
Mind you, he did say, and I would agree that salvation is of the Jews, from the Jews, and it was to his people that he came to first. And the thing with that was that he came to them hoping that they would then take that message to everybody
To the
else.
Gentiles.
Right.
Right. Which
But-
is everybody that's not a Jew.
Right.
Right.
You recognize that, hey, that when you look at the separation in the New Testament, if you're not a Jew,
You're a
a
Gentile.
Even in the Old Testament,
Right.
they call them aliens,
Right.
right? So if you're not from the Jewish nation that came from Israel, that came from Jacob,
Right.
Jacob had 12 sons. And then, hold on now, let me make sure I get this right. And then, no, Jacob had 2 sons.
Listen in.
Is it Ishmael and Isaac?
I think it is. Is it Ishmael? or
Right.
is it-
And then Isaac had 12 sons, right?
Go on.
You know, I think that's how it worked. Who was it? Abraham? No, Abraham was the one who had 2 sons, Ishmael and Isaac. And then from Isaac came Jacob. And then from Jacob came the 12 patriarchs. Is that correct?
Jacob has 12 sons.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was Abraham who had the 2 sons, Ishmael and Isaac.
Right.
And then Isaac had
Isaac had, is it Esau and Jacob?
2 sons, Jacob and Esau.
Right.
And then from Jacob, we get the 12 tribes. You see, I'm upon this refreshing memory and study these things. So if you can't trace your lineage back to Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob,
Right.
you're not considered Jewish.
Right. So Isaac had 2 sons, Esau,
And Jacob, right?
right, who is the ancestor of the Edomites, and Jacob is the father of the 12 tribes.
Ah, so it's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Forgive me, even me can be a bit rusty.
Yeah, I
I'm
say
not
Lundy was Spanish for Monday the other day, and that wasn't right.
Yeah.
But I know I don't know no Spanish. I know that on this thing I know is French, so I don't even know why I said that. But I get what you, I get your point.
So there are two nations of people separations in the Old and New Testament. If you're not a Jew, you're a Gentile. But Jesus says he came to save the world. So how can the Israelites, modern day Israelites today, claim that Jesus only came for them and everybody else is lost? I don't understand. There's so many other passages in the New Testament that teaches otherwise.
So Jacob had 12 sons and 4 baby mothers.
Right.
Right.
And from there, we see where...
Yeah, he had Reuben and Simeon and Levi and Judah and Issachar and Zebulun, and those were with Leah. And then he had Joseph and Benjamin. And isn't Benjamin the baby?
The youngest one.
Okay. And he had those with Rachel.
Right.
And then he had Dan and Naphtali. And he had those with Bilhah, which was Rachel's maid. And then he had Gad and Asher with Zilpah. And Zilpah...
I remember Zilpah, for sure.
Zilpah was Leah's maid.
Yeah, the sweetheart.
Yeah.
well, the maid. Let's leave that like
Yeah,
that.
the maid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so out of the loins of Jacob comes the 12 sons of Jacob.
Right.
And it is the
12 tribes.
patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel. And these sons were born to him by 4 women, his wives and their handmaidens. Yeah, and so that's basically what happened. And the biblical story begins somewhere around Genesis 25. That is with Rebecca. I like Rebecca. Do you know what I like about the story of Isaac and Rebecca? They said Isaac was sad when his daddy died, right? When Abram died, right? And the last thing Abram tell the servant is, don't let my boy take no foreign woman, right? And then Abram died. And the slave tell the other slave, say, boy, you know what I think? I think our master could use a gal from a far land. And so they get on the back of the camel and they rode into the distance, right? And there they found Rachel, who didn't want to go. And I think Rachel's brother was the first. Rachel's brother was the first documented homosexual man as well. Because you remember Rachel's brother say, well, if Isaac have as much money as they say he have, then he ain't got to carry Rachel, he can carry me.
You sure about that?
That in the Bible, go look for it. Pull up Genesis chapter 25 for me. And they say that Isaac, this is in the Bible. Yeah. Isaac, the servants of Isaac washed their hands in the bowl at the door, and they offered them gold and rings and fine fragrance, I think it was. And they say, we come for Rachel. And the mother of Rachel, producer, put up Genesis 25 for me. I don't want a spiritual advice to take a life.
Hold on. Well, we could always go to
And so when Rachel brother hear about all of this wonderful fancy gold and ring and things like that, he said, well, my brother, if Rachel don't want to go, they could carry me to Isaac. And the servants say, no thing as such shall happen. And so eventually they came back the next morning and Rachel agreed to go. And they say, as sad as Isaac was, seeing the damsel afar off, he realized that she was fair. And you know what Isaac said to her? Come down off this camel, girl. Man, reach ya. And you go into Sarai's tent. And there he went in unto Rachel. And he knew her.
Genesis chapter 25?
Yeah, check it out. That in the Bible there. Check it.
I don't see it there.
Down Genesis 25?
No.
Where did Isaac meet Rebecca? Let's go. Where did Isaac meet Rebecca?
It's not there. I can tell you.
Isaac
I can have the full story for you on Monday for sure.
Go ahead. No. We could do it now. This is a live show. The people let me come here every day to watch a live show, you know. So we can fact check it on air. 24. Genesis 24.
No.
And now Abram was very old, and the Lord had blessed him in every way. And he said to the senior servant of his household, the one in charge of all that he had, put your hand under my thigh, and I want you to swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that you will not get a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I am living, but will go to my country and my own relatives and get a wife for my son Isaac. This NIV, and I really like KJV, so let me switch. Right? Because when you read it in the KJV, it just have more potency in my view.
That's poetic style.
All right? So let's look for it. You all bear with me, the show live, but we have it. There it is. Okay, fantastic. And the servant said to him, peradventure the woman will not be willing to follow me unto the land. Must I needs bring thy son again unto the land from whence thou comest? And Abraham said unto him, beware thou that thou bring not my son thither again. The Lord, God of heaven, which took me from my father's house, and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and that sware unto me, saying, unto thy seed will I give this land. He shall send his angels before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from thence.
From the client, you're down to verse number 40, right?
I on verse number 8.
Oh.
This is 40. And if the woman will not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear from this oath. Only bring not my son thither again. Don't bring my son no foreign gal. That was Abraham's one request. Go to Israel, go get this boy an Israelite, right? And the servant took 10 camels of the 10 camels of his master and departed, for all the goods of his master were in his hands. And he arose and he went to Mesopotamia, unto the city of Nahor, and he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that the woman go out to draw water. And this is when the servants say, God, I know which one of these women to pick. But if when I get to the well, the woman offer my camel a drink of water, that's how I can know she is the one. All right? And let it come, and let it, behold, I stand here by the well, and the daughters of men of the city came out to draw water. And let it come that the damsel to whom I shall say, let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac. Thereby shall I know that thou hast shewed kindness unto my master. And it came to pass, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born of Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. And the servant ran to meet her, began to break it.
You just skip through that,
We're
man.
gonna come back to the break. When we come back from the break, I can show you the piece.
I have it.
Yeah. Where
But that didn't suggest
where
that.
Rebecca brother say, if Rebecca don't want to go,
No, he ain't said that.
we can read what he say when they come back. He say, if Mabala, if the fella have that much gold and camel, if Rebecca don't want to go, carry me. We can be right back after this break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. And me and the spiritual advisor are having a biblical back and forward here. You taking me too far. If you go up to about verse 30 or there's about, you will see when they offered the offerings, the airing, etc. to Sarah, etc., etc., etc. And then Laban says to them, well, listen, if she don't want to go, you all just carry me. Let's read this ad, though.
Oh, yeah. So, hey, Bahamas, ready to turn your event into a party? Royal Inflatables have you covered. From brand new bouncers to water slides and combo castles, fun is guaranteed for all ages. The equipment is clean and inspected daily, safe, spotless, and ready to go. Enjoy free setup and take down on-time delivery and 100% hassle-free service. Perfect for birthdays, school events, or any celebration. Call or WhatsApp today now at 242-468-7268 to book. Let the bounce party begin. The Work Center, located Rosetta Street across the road from Rose Furniture, is a one-stop shop for back to school, Dickies, Timberlands, and many, many more. So come on down and let their friendly staff assist you with getting ready for back to school.
Here we are, I say, verse 22. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring, and a half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hand, and 10 shekels weight of gold, and said, whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee. Is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor. She said moreover unto him, we have both straw and provender, enough room in the lodge. And the man bowed his head and worshipped the Lord. And he said, blessed be the Lord God of my master Abram, who hath not left me destitute, my master, of his mercy and his truth. I, being in the way, the Lord led me to the house of the master's bedroom, and the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man unto the well. And it came to pass, when he saw the earring and the bracelets upon his sister's hand, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, thus spake the man unto me, that he came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camels at the well. And he said, come in, thou blessed of the Lord, wherefore standest thou outside? For I have prepared the house and the room for the camels. And the man came into the house, and he undergirded his camel, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet. And the man's feet were with him, and there was set meat before him to eat. But he said, I will not eat until I have told my errand. And he said, speak on. And he said, I am Abram's servant, and the Lord hath blessed my master greatly, and he is become great, and he hath given him flocks and herds, and silver and gold, and men servant, and maid servants, and camels and asses. And Sarah, my master wife, bare a son to my master when she was old, and unto him hath he given all that he had. And my master made me swear, saying, thou shalt not take a wife to my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I have dwelt, but thou shalt go unto my father's house, and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son. And I said unto my master, peradventure the woman will not follow me. And he said unto me, the Lord before you whom I walk will send his angels with thee, and prosper thy way, and thou shalt take a wife for my son, of my kindred, and all of my father's house. Then shalt thou be clear from this oath, when thou comest to my kindred. And if they give not thee one, thou shalt not clear my oath. And I came this day unto the well, and said, O Lord, God of Abraham, if now thou do prosper my way which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass, that when the virgin cometh forward to draw water, and I say, give me, pray, a little water, thy pitcher to drink, and she say to me, both thou and I will also draw for the camels, let the same woman be whom the Lord has appointed. So, I say again, when the man come and say...
No, don't try that.
When the man come and say, I have earring and gold
Why
and
do you interpret
cattle.
that?
What Laban say? Laban say, you have earring and gold and cattle and... Wow. Rebecca ain't gonna set up the house for him. Who gonna set up the house? Laban. No, down with the scripture just
No, but
who set up the house?
But I don't... come on.
Laban sound like he like man.
Oh, man, come on now, man.
Oh boy.
Let's move on from this. Yeah.
So there's a lot of things happening today. I hear the FNM is about to ratify candidates.
Did it Thursday?
It is.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how that turns out. But I have some things that I want to ask people because I was moving out and about in the city of Nassau today, and I am gonna open the lines. We're gonna open it from now because the question I have is, why would you not vote for the PLP? This isn't a lobby, but I was in a certain place today, and some people said some things to me today about why they wasn't going to vote for the Progressive Liberal Party. And can I tell you that none of the things that they mention are things that government should be doing? Does that make sense? So you may have been offended, but that's not government policy. Am I making sense to you? Mm-hmm. The thing that has upset you is something that was personal, sure. You knew him before he got into politics, and when he got into politics, he told you that, no, he can't do the thing for you. That might be personal, but how does that mark the person's policy direction? And so the question for me in my mind is, are we voting out governments more on personality issues than we are on practical policy creation? Because we haven't had a re-elected government in 30 years now, right? And it's interesting because just in a random pool of people who are or who would not have been able to vote in the 1992 election, many of whom didn't vote in the 2002 election. So many of the people who have never voted for a re-elected prime minister, right? The people that I spoke to today, none of them voted for the change in 92, and none of them voted for a re-elected prime minister. Not in our lives. I've never voted for a re-elected prime minister in my life. How are politicians expected to meet the crave that has been created over the last 25 years? If Bradley doesn't get the thing for me that I asked him for, if Bradley doesn't give me the contract that I asked him for, albeit I may be completely inept, is that a reason to vote against him?
I don't think.
And if it is, but that's what the people are telling me today. I'm going to vote against him because X. But that's not public policy. And if you're not going to measure the man by the public policy that he is either lobbied for, that he's either supported in the House of Assembly, then how can he ever know, how does anybody in the parliament right now know if they are on a good trajectory? Because if you could just simply vote against me because I didn't give your mommy the wreath when she died, or I didn't come to your sister graduation that I barely know, or I didn't go to your nana funeral, can you punish me for that? Can you have your whole household punish me for that? That's the first thing I'm asking. And the second thing I want to ask is, was the statement made by the Prime Minister the other day an admission that for 40 years, two men have stood and have gatekept the political arena of the Bahamas? The Prime Minister on Sunday told a story about how both Mr. Christie and Mr. Ingram kept him from being nominated. Of course, it was to encourage people and to do what he likes to call, this is one of Mr. Davis's infamous sayings, I have to, as leader, I have to always ensure that I am managing expectations. That he likes to say that, right?
Okay.
But is it gatekeeping when a prime minister or a small group of men have such influence on these constituency associations, council associations, or whoever picks these people? When those men have such influence that we are almost certain they will always get the candidates they want. Because for the first time in my life, we are presumably about to have a re-elected prime minister, right? And if this man had this capacity and this capability 40 years ago, could you imagine if he had entered politics at the time that they blocked him out? And what kind of a prime minister he would have been. They permitted him to be prime minister when he was an old man. Could you imagine, as possibly the first prime minister in 30 years, to be on a trajectory that some say is a re-electable trajectory, what may have become of a Philip Davis had two men not gatekept? And that's what they do, and that's what they appear to be doing now. And so people like Renwood Wells, although I don't think he's fascinating, people like him could say that I am being stifled because I may not be nominated. People like Desmond Bannister, who was ascended all the way up to Deputy Prime Minister, could say that there are men gatekeeping against my full potential, and I think the current Prime Minister is a wonderful example of that. So let's go to the clip from the Prime Minister on Sunday when he talks about how Sir Lyndon Pinling had promised him a nomination. As far as he was aware, he was only going through the formalities because his nomination was secure, only to later learn that Mr. Ingram and Mr. Christie had kind of gatekept and kept him from entering public life. And I want that same thought to reincarnate itself. And I wonder how much of this has Mr. Davis also been guilty of? And are we not getting people that might be top performers because those who already have the power run blockades that keep certain people with certain talents out? So, and that's exactly what I think the candidates module is, by the way. Let's go to the clip from the Prime Minister.
One day, I got this call. He said, "Young Brave." I said, "Yes, sir." "I see the letter, man." I said, "Letter? What letter?" "The letter, man, the letter." I'm at a loss. "What letter?" He said, "Well, you know, if you're going to run, you have to write and apply." I said, "Well, I didn't know that, but you told me I got the nomination." He said, "Yeah, you can get nominated, but you just have to write something." So I did. I said, "I'm interested in running in Marco City." You know, he said I'm going to be the candidate. It's a formality. I sent the letter in. It came 6-6. I was told it's 6-6 because the next day I'm waiting to hear I got nomination. I hear nothing. And when I started calling, I say, "Daddy, what happened?" He says, "Well, Wellington Dock Stewart got the nomination." I said, "Oh, how'd that happen?" But he said, well, Sir Lyndon voted for him, and it came tie 6-6, and Doc got it. I said, well, so I tried to find Christie. I tried to find Ingram. Couldn't find any of them, and for a couple of days I couldn't find them. And then I went and I looked. I then tried to find Pinland. I couldn't find him too. And he finally caught up because they couldn't duck me no longer. I said, "Well, Sir Lyndon, what happened?" He said, "Well, they ain't tell you." Now that's his infamous line now. "They ain't tell you." I say, "Who's they?" "They ain't tell you, they ain't tell you." I keep asking, "Who's they?" He said, "Well, the fellas, man, the fellas." I say, "Which fellas?" They were Christie and Ingram. I say, "Yeah, what about them?" They say they want you to run a law firm.
And so the question becomes, open the phone lines, 323-775, 698-0775, or 698-0776. The question becomes, in my mind, if you are not voting for the Progressive Liberal Party, why? Because I want to hear what is going on in the mind of the electorate. The second thing is, can we blame some of the horrendously bad candidates that we've seen, some of the stagnation or stumbling blocks in our development that we've experienced, on the fact that the way our political system is set up, men that sit in positions of power get to blockade, if you will, gatekeep, if you will, or stifle, if you will, persons that may have extraordinary talent, like we see in the case of Mr. Davis, who, in the clip that we just played, contends that two people that were very near and dear to him used their positions of influence to blockade him from becoming nominated by the Progressive Liberal Party, which ultimately may have resulted in him getting into power earlier, getting a cabinet position earlier, and consequently becoming prime minister earlier. But that same man never became prime minister until he was well into his 60s. All right? And now, at 74, he's going to be seeking to be re-elected as the first prime minister that will possibly be re-elected in 30 years in the Bahamas. Has that gatekeeping helped us, or did it hurt us?
Man, you serious about this?
Yes. What do you take unserious about it?
Let's get some calls.
Let's take the phone calls. Hello, caller. What do you take unserious about it?
Levan,
Hi.
That's what you
spiritual advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Spiritual advisor always tells me I like to get into the opposition business.
Mm-hmm.
But let me clear that up once and for all today.
No, don't worry about that. Forget about that.
What is going to happen is when they do become opposition again, they're still the opposition for the whole Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
They still have to help take care of the country, even in opposition.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to sound like a prophet today. But if they do not, when they name these 10 candidates tonight,
Mm-hmm.
if they do not call Donald Penn Markey name first, I'll organize some rockers on Markey Street, so they better listen to me tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And name her first.
She must come out the gate
And
first.
if they don't name her first, Levan, I owe you 6. Collect.
Oh, praise the Lord.
And if they do name her, you owe me 6 vitamins.
Now, you say first now. That's you
First.
changing the rules. Okay.
I say second, third.
Okay.
They have to. That could be the only star that can keep them alive tonight.
All right.
Nobody else can keep them alive.
I want to say that I, too, am pulling for a Denali Penn Markey nomination.
Yes, sir. Now,
Yeah.
she's an F&M. I'm a PLP.
Yeah.
But I had experience with her.
And I say
under the
FNA. You
PLP
know that
reign.
about me.
She's a nice person.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't worrying about the party now. I'm worrying about nice person.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking at now. I ain't worrying about PLP and F&M now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the individual, personal affair being hard to do some business with.
Okay.
But I say voice at the gate you get. If she don't come out voice, you get 6.
Roger that. Well, I hear that loud and clear. I got a good copy.
I say it on national radio.
All right.
And if they do call her out voice, you have 6 vitamins for me.
6 vitamins. Now, you like
Yes,
the
sir.
ordinary kind, or you like your vitamin them fancy?
Man, I like the regular vitamin.
Okay, no problem. Done. Deal.
You know where you could leave it, and you can pick up your things from right there.
That's a deal. No problem.
Right on Soldier Road.
All right.
Say no more.
Good. 32377. You don't think that Mr. Davis was gatekept against?
That's what you're reading into that?
That's what happened. That ain't what I read. That's what he say. All right. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Oh, welcome. Mr. Miller,
Hey.
Mr. Spell Supervisor.
Yes, sir.
Nice show. This cowboy.
What's
Hey,
up,
cowboy.
boy?
Mr. Miller,
Mm-hmm.
you said the right thing. It's another gatekeeper up again. Another gatekeeper. Another gatekeeper, Mr. Miller. Ain't nothing changed.
You think Davis is a gatekeeper as well?
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
who
sir.
would he be blocking though?
Oh, we can see the time come.
Mm-hmm. You know, I credit Mr. Christie for single-handedly killing 8 of the most prospective candidates for prime minister's career in this country. You know, I credit Mr. Christie for that.
But that's a good one to
Christie
do.
take
That's a
down
good one.
Obi. Christie take down Fred.
Yes.
Christie
Yes.
take down Sheen.
Okay.
Christie take down Glennis. By the time as Christie's tenure was done, Christie take down the possibility of Jerome Fitzgerald. Christie take down the possibility of Michael Alkitis. Christie take down who else was in the cabinet? There were 2 other names. I'll think about them. But there were at least 8 prospective persons that people could comfortably see as prime minister that was in the 2012 Christie administration?
Yeah.
Or was it 2? I'll check the list again. But there are at least 8 people who could have possibly been considered prime minister, but because Mr. Christie had a 42-year career, their careers ended right with his.
It's another shock. It's another shock one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A shock on both sides.
All right, we'll see what happens. Thank you,
Okay.
caller.
Thank you. Good show.
All right.
All right, take care,
All right.
caller.
Let's take another one. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom Mart. Now, you see I opened this line for these people before I take it today?
Yeah,
Okay.
I see that.
A pleasant good afternoon, guys. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pray all is well.
All right.
To answer your question, because no one is not answering the question.
No one answered my
You're
question
asking-
yet. You're
Right.
correct.
You get me?
Yeah, I said you are correct. No one has answered my question yet.
No one has not answered the question yet. So to answer your question, you said that if the PLP could get back into power,
No, I said,
No.
why would you not be voting for the PLP?
okay, why? To start off, for a young person to enter into the government system, let's just say you just started to come in, you came from your job or whatever. They are not helping you to elevate yourself.
Okay.
You'll be at a position, let's just say you'll be at a position for 7 years, and they are not giving you a promotion. They're not keeping your documents in check. But not enough to say this, right? They are not checking for nobody. When you get another 5-year term, that's it. You don't hear from your MP. You got to run after them. You keep on putting in appointments. You keep on doing these things. Keep on coming there trying to be persistent with the people. But when you start something with someone and
Yeah.
you promise people to do things,
Yeah.
at least go inside there and do the things that you're supposed to be doing for us instead of just winning. We ain't winning.
So let me make sure I understand you. So the reason you would not vote for the PLP is
I
because
personally, for me,
uh-huh.
I would give them a second chance, But I can be real, and I can say this on the radio.
Uh-huh.
You got to make sure everybody's straight.
So you're saying that the reason you wouldn't vote for them if you were gonna vote against them would be because you don't think they are responsive enough? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, they're not responsible for helping you to better yourself inside this barometer.
Now, can I ask you some questions?
You can.
And I want to say
freely
this.
answer your
I want to say this. I is a FNA. I took no water for the PLP. But do you agree or disagree that the PLP raised the minimum wage in this term in office?
Yes, they did.
Do you agree or disagree that the PLP has had mass promotions, some that I think are incredulous if you ask me? I still ain't get over the 88 force chiefs yet. I every time I think about it, my 2 back teeth just knock together. But do you agree that they've had mass sweeping promotions throughout the public service?
Some people still serving in a rank, let's just say, in the side of the police force. They've been to a rank for the last 15 years.
This have to be some of the youngest
No
assistant
promotion.
superintendents of police I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, the only people getting the promotions is the people on the top.
I know, but what I'm saying is, listen to what I'm saying to you. If I was still in service, I would have 23 years, right? I know people who was in RM Bailey when I was on the force that I see got 3 pips on their shoulder. Which means they can't have 23. They have to have like 20 or maybe 21. And it was almost unheard of that someone could be an assistant superintendent of police in 20 years. But I see so much of it these days. You agree?
To an extent, I agree.
Okay. Now, you talked about your file being on people's desks, etc. Do you agree or disagree that under the same administration, the Honorable Pierre Glover Rule has fast-tracked the 52-week program? I ain't sure if that's legal, but it happened. And those people were all made or all inducted into the public service? Well, certainly that's what happened in the 2 years that I was there. Are you aware of that, or do you agree?
Well, I'm aware of it.
So what exactly would they have to be doing in order for you to believe that they aren't being neglectful in their duty or in their duty of care?
Trust me, they are neglectful.
Okay.
I could agree on that. I could call a case right?
Sure.
That's Keith Bell. I think that's my my MP inside my area. So the last time I saw Keith Bell, y'all laugh at this. 2021 when they win the election.
You don't go to his carrot handing out events. I hear he's handing out carrot every now and again in Michael Road.
Boy, that carrot must see him reach Fayette Avenue yet. There.
What about constituency office? Have you ever been there?
Yes, the constituency. You will laugh at this. The constituency offices is legit 2 corners away from me. And I go there every time to set up an appointment. They ain't call me back from March 2021.
Well, I want to say this.
I
want to say this to you publicly. Keith Bell don't answer my phone calls either. So I ain't think it personal.
But that don't make it right, though.
No, I'm just saying, I ain't think it personal. Just so you know I don't lie. I told you all yesterday, every time I call Leon Lundy, he does answer on the second ring. What we call Leon Lundy here on air, and what you saw happen? He answered on the second ring. If I call Wayne Roosevelt Monroe, he answers. A matter of fact, sometimes the case he just answers so fast, I ain't sure if the phone ring. I don't share that same view when it comes to Keith Bell. I'm just letting you know. And the reason I'm saying that is so that you know that ain't nothing personal towards you. He might just not like answering the phone. You got me?
I agree.
All right. Hey, you had a jingle. That means we go on to the break. Don't move. This is Leland Miller. We're on Freedom March.
Be right back.
We'll be right back after this break.
That's it to the caller.
Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Levin Miller. And you're listening to us on channel 103.5, the Beat FM, channel 224. That little Bible row take us a little long. I feel like the show is going very fast today, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's me, right? What I was saying just now. We're on channel 112, that's Flow, and of course on ILTV Studios. We going back to the phone lines? Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you there? Nope, let's take another one. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Could you play the clip with that the Prime Minister repeated the speech from Sir Lyndon Pinling? Because I also wonder, right, if the gatekeeping has stopped us from realizing what Sir Lyndon Pinling had actually commanded or had suggested was needed for the new Bahamas, right? Step now our finest warriors forward, right? What is this? What would the rest of this? He can play it in a minute. But has the blockading of certain persons out of politics, you know, the excavation of people like Andre Rollins out of politics, the sidelining of people like Gregory Moss out of politics, because they do not necessarily fit the mold of the party system, right? And we see the same thing is happening now in Freetown. There's a man that is purporting that he is the best choice for Freetown, yet we're not sure. The party might not go in his direction for whatever the reason is. We are hearing the Prime Minister say, I've been down that road before where, as far as I know, I was the nominee. I wake up the next morning, it take me 2 weeks to find these fellas for them to tell me why I couldn't be the candidate. And so they blockaded him. But now we have a 67-year-old Philip Davis elected. He's going to become, or was he 60, how old he was, 69? Something like that. Either way, he's going to be running again for re-election at 74 years old. What if we hadn't stood in his way? What if we had experienced a 54-year-old Philip Davis? What if we had experienced a 45-year-old Philip Davis? All right, because this would mean that he would have been in the race before Ingram became Prime Minister. Who did it at what, 45? Yeah. And so what if has the blockading by political parties of persons with great potential caused us to not realize what it was Sir Lyndon spoke about in that speech? Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
Hi.
I'm spiritual advisor. How are you all doing
I'm
today?
fine. How you doing?
Good. Mr. Miller,
Mm-hmm.
I have something of concern. I couldn't wait to get for 4 o'clock to come to get on your show. But something happened recently which sort of, it hurt me. I'll use the word hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Have you changed Mr. Roll's name?
Have I changed this? No, he's still named Bradley, eh?
Yeah, I'm still Bradley Rowe.
No, Mr. Roll, and the MP for South Beach.
You mean you mean Mr. Vargas role?
Yes, I was so annoyed about that, and then and to see that you did it yesterday when his son was on, you call him call that name.
Mr. Vargas role?
Nice.
What would he name?
Bacchus.
Yeah, what I say?
Bacchus.
You intentionally pronouncing it another way.
I thought I was pronouncing it as it is.
What he is doing, when he pronounced it that way, he is predicting that Bacchus is going to box from behind in South Beach.
But he want me name him Bacchus Road.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And I don't know why he's doing that, but you're right.
That's what
Mother,
the man named.
correct him, yeah? Correct him, Mother.
Wow.
He out of order.
Mother,
Correct him.
I will take your chastisement.
His mother's my neighbor.
I will take your chastisement.
Say your mother's
Yes, his mother's my neighbor, and guess what?
Yeah.
I born. You talk with someone who born the same year as President Trump.
Wow.
46. I'll be 80 next year.
You'll be 80?
Wow.
Yes.
You sound strong.
So that hurt me a bit, Mr. Miller.
Do not be hurt. I
don't know what kind of relationship you and him have, but to see you said it again yesterday when you pronounced you had his son on with a birthday.
Yeah, and congratulations.
Okay, I will apologize for causing you offense, Mama.
Uh-huh.
All right?
So I'm still going to be hearing you say that?
No, ma'am.
Allegedly.
All right.
We shall do all the things necessary to ensure that these kinds of things are kept to an irreducible minimum.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No
All
problem.
right, okay.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You like that answer?
That's fine.
It was fantastic.
That's fine.
Play the clip from the Prime Minister, please, before we go back to the thing about the Prime Minister quoting Celine Pilling. This was Celine Pilling that said this.
Celine Pilling once said, "Step now, our finest warriors. Forward. Amazons of vision. Fighters of courage. Warriors of steel. No weak hearts. No half-steppers. No weak links." And I've been thinking about those words a lot lately. Because when I look around, I don't see challenges. I see a quiet question hanging in the air. Do we still have warriors like that left? Not warriors with swords or slogans, but warriors of conviction. The ones who serve without seeking credit. The ones who return their phone calls. The ones who put people above ego, service above self, and truth above popularity. That's what this moment demands. That's what this country needs.
But the question becomes, does the political system and the way that it is crafted not desire its finest warriors? Not desire anyone who isn't a weakling? How do we explain spitting an Andre Rollins out of the belly of politics? How do we explain spitting a Gregory Morse out of the belly of politics? Except we do not desire Amazons of vision. Because we might just desire weak hearts and those who shrink in the face of adversity. That is possibly what we prefer. So that those who have ascended to power not need to contest persons for power. 323-7775. And the Prime Minister has said none other than two men that he held close to his bosom blockaded him. How is he ensuring that he doesn't blockade others? That's my original thought. But my other thought is, if you are not voting for the Progressive Liberal Party, why aren't you? 323-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
All right, let's do
the
this.
birthdays first?
Yeah, let's do these birthdays
Okay.
quickly then. Here we go. Let's see. Where are you, producer? There you go. Okay, so.
You ain't got the birthday yet?
So we got Shannon McKenzie. Shannon McKenzie, happy 24th birthday to aerial space pilot Shannon McKenzie. Love and greetings coming from your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Dawn McKenzie, sisters Shania, your aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends, especially your auntie Sharika, Tamika, and Shauna. We celebrate you extra today. Enjoy your day. All right, so happy birthday, Shannon McKenzie. Michelle Basin, sending happy birthday to Michelle Basin. It's coming from her loving family. Happy birthday. Happy birthday goes out to Rudolph Smith. And yeah, Rudolph Smith is celebrating the birthday. Birthday greetings is coming from his wife Hester, his daughter Shanda, son Justin, grandchildren and great-grand sisters Dorothy Ann, Jackie, and Yvonne, everyone who loves you, his nieces and nephews especially. So happy birthday to Mr. Rudolph Smith. All right, who else do we have? Erica Simonet. Another year around the sun. Grateful to God for everything he has done. Happy birthday goes out to Erica Smith, coming in from all those who love you. Enjoy your birthday, and of course, we hope you live to enjoy many, many more. All right. Looks like that's it.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How you doing?
All right, Mr. Mello.
Mm-hmm.
I will comment on the Commissioner of Police.
Okay.
but I want to ask you a question before I do so.
Mm-hmm.
What Brave Davis did outstanding when he was Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works?
What did he do outstanding as deputy? I don't know. You mean?
Oh, you don't know? I'll
asking
move
my?
on if you don't.
Hold on,
I'll
hold on.
move on.
Let me make sure I understand the question. You are asking my opinion.
I said, what Brave Davis did outstanding when he was Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works?
In my opinion, nothing. I didn't think that he was he wasn't a rock star as deputy prime minister.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Now,
But hold on. But I want to come back and say that Brave Davis has completely surpassed, comfortably and entirely, my expectations of him as prime minister.
are you campaigning?
I'm an FNA.
Or you say FNA?
Yeah.
Back up by the PLPA?
No, I'm not a P. I just said I'm an FNA, and I really
Okay.
wanted to be a FNM. If you remember, I'm an Ifatanya FNM. But
All
since
right.
they don't want me to be a FNM, the only thing I get to be is a FNA.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to comment on the Commissioner of Police.
Sure.
I know the Prime Minister cannot remove the Commissioner of Police.
Uh-huh.
But he has a role to play in he or she removal.
Hold on. You have to say that slowly for me.
Listen to me, let me go on.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? Only the Governor General,
Mm-hmm.
after the Police Service Commission, recommend removal to the Governor General following an investigation by a tribunal appointed by the Governor General.
Mm-hmm.
The Prime Minister can initiate this process by presenting to the Governor General that the question of removal ought to be investigated.
Okay.
And like I say,
God
God
save
save the king.
God save the king, caller. Producer, I sent you something. Take a look at that for me, please. Let's take another phone call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you there?
Hello, yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Yes, I'm a starch FNM, but all of them are like
Cue
now.
my
You
graphic,
don't know
cue
who to
my
believe
graphic.
from who not to believe.
Cue my graphic, uh-huh. I can't hear you. Turn your radio down for me a little bit. She gone?
You ain't got no whistle.
She getting quick. She getting quick. I wouldn't pray. I
You
wouldn't
ain't got
pray
no
for,
whistle today.
I
Take
wouldn't pray
that.
for uncontrollable diarrhea for her today because I know she getting by the F&M thing and I don't want that for her. You get away today because today is a good day to be F&M. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello, caller. You there?
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Are you there, caller?
Nope. Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
I can.
Good afternoon. How is everybody?
Good.
Well,
Good, good. Mr. Miller,
Mhm.
I just would like to know your opinion on this matter. If you are a person who worked more than 15 years for a company and never advanced, they don't have anything in the system for you in advance to advance. Okay, however, when someone needs a position created, it's created, except for your 15 years tenure. Okay, so you have that experience. When your manager is out, you're in charge. Now they think you're capable of a higher position just temporarily until that person comes back in. How do you feel about a situation like that? I'm going to hang up.
Okay, so I don't know, but you sound to me like you're talking about the principles, the principal issue, right? And, you know, this is why I think it gets tricky because, to be quite honest, I wouldn't do a job that you say I was unqualified to do. I think that's the issue. The issue is I think sometimes people act because they hope to be seen as greater. I know actor. You know where Hollywood is? Not here. So if I can't be principled substantively, then you go hire one principle. But what I'm not about to do for you is act like I's no principle. So please just keep giving me my vice principal salary and you let me go on to be with the Lord. All right? Producer,
We got 3 calls.
let's take the phone calls. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Yes. Young Mr. Levin Miller.
Hey,
Berenice Johnson, the original, and Mr. Spiritual Advisor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to all under the sound of my voice. God's blessings. I'm going to make this short and quick. Anytime you hear me say, this present Prime Minister, Philip Edward Brave Davis, ushered in for a time such as now, it is for a reason. It's not about Mr. Ingram, my mortal boss, or Mr. Christie blockading him. There was an attack going on from the 80s before Christie and Ingram were kicked out into the gray area. I think you were about 3 or 4. No, you were not born yet. So that was 84.
That was 87, eh?
No, that was 84, 83, September 5th, 1983.
When Christie and Ingram ran as independents?
When Ingram was kicked out, said that he was C1162. He was not. We were under extreme attack.
Yeah.
And they could have only, they could not tell Mr. Davis what exactly was going on. Because Mr. Pinling was under attack.
Oh, boy.
And we in the Royal Bahamas Police Force, this is one of the reasons why I said it was a high-profile, secretive partnership with the Reagan administration. Now, some things we cannot reveal, but we can access all of the monies that we work for by all of these prime ministers coming together because certain tribe grouping who are anti-God, they were promoters of the LGBTQFS. That is now happening worldwide. So when you see the only way those who believe in a risen Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Nazareth, God and the Holy Spirit, have to vote is to vote for the Progressive Liberal Party.
Thank you very much,
Because I spoke with Miles.
See that? We appreciate that. Let's take another. You could digest all of that? 323-7775.
What causes stuff like
Paranormal experiences. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Hey, caller.
Yeah, what's happening?
All is well.
You all ain't talking to me.
Sorry?
I would brave it.
What?
Sorry?
I would brave you all ain't letting me talk.
Go ahead. You live now.
You live.
Huh?
You live now.
I can talk now?
I would hope so. You live on air.
Yeah, but I would brave. But they debate, they need to debate nothing but they win.
Okay, all right. Well, good. I appreciate that. He was brave. We ain't need to debate nothing else. Brave win. Loud and clear, caller. 223-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Hey.
Good afternoon, Mr. Levon Miller.
Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. If something's happening to me, I am entirely unaware of it.
First time caller, long time listener.
Thank you for calling.
Welcome.
I just want to congratulate you, Mr. Levon. And you know who this is. You ain't got to call the voice. You know the voice. You ain't got to call the name.
Sure.
You said some things about the gatekeepers or the people that will hold you down with Mr. Christie and Mr. Ingram. It's a peculiar, I feel like that's a peculiar way of you assessing that situation. Because here's the deal. That was 3 partners that was capable of being cabinet ministers.
Right.
In an era where nobody could have beat the PLP.
Right.
So you knew that if the 3 of us would have been cabinet ministers,
right,
none of us would have been able to practice.
Right. We can't make no money.
So exactly. So I believe that the brilliance of Sir Lyndon Oscar Pinland,
Yeah.
the mind of that man
Yeah.
was able to kind of curb their thinking or persuade, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
to say, man, hey, listen, let Brave run and we can catch them on the big end.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, right? If a 66 or 67-year-old Brave Davis is capable of accomplishing some of the things that he has, could you imagine a 55-year-old Brave Davis, a 45-year-old Brave Davis? And I'll tell you one of the things that's impressive for me with the Prime Minister. I don't know what kind of ginkgo biloba he taking or ginseng he taking. The Prime Minister will literally attend an envelope opening. He misses nothing. And at 74, I think that's a bit strenuous, right? But could you imagine what he would have been like at 64 or at 54?
Okay, Mr. Miller. Let me, I'm a fruit man. So I will say this to you. As sweet as that mango could be, in full maturity, could you imagine how bitter that mango would be if you get that spot right?
Yeah, agreed.
Everything. Timing is everything.
Agreed.
You could tell the right thing in the wrong time and lose
and
its
have
point.
a bad result. You sound like a Baptist preacher to me.
Yeah, man.
No.
I don't.
323-777-5, That's the number to call in the studio to get you here on Freedom March. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Let's take another one. 323-7775. That was good. The right thing at the wrong time can give you a bad result. Yeah. That's right.
I don't know.
Let's go. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Well, good evening, Levan. How are you?
I'm fantastically well, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. Now, I've been listening to quite a bit of things talking on the radio in recent times, and I keep speaking to our duplicity, where people are not thinking and are not recalling. First and foremost, on a show Beyond the Headlines the other day, I listened to where Maxey, the union president, BMU, was asking for monies for uniform, for principals, or for clothes.
Right.
Man, I saw this one. Listen, the government has no money but our money. Now, principals don't deal with the children to get their clothes tidy.
Right.
It's the grade 1 teachers and the preschool teachers. If they were buying clothes, they're the people who ought to get it.
Yeah. I'm advised, the Wind has told me, caller, that their issues have something to do with the remainder of, a very small remainder, according to my sources, of people being promoted substantively to principal. I just want to make sure that you understand what the BEMU is.
Yeah, no. I really interested in that because I could have been a part of that union. For me, it don't make sense.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
That's why I'm not a part of it.
Yeah. It is also interesting to me that they come under the TBC.
Move on from that. I heard Dwayne Sands calling for resignation of people. And like the young man, whatever his name is, who tell him he ain't got no rights to request that. He is correct. Dwayne Sands don't measure up. His tongue bleeding.
Oh boy.
He don't need to be telling nobody to resign. From that time, I was saying I don't know why they met him as the chairman for the FNN.
Oh boy.
There are some people that don't need to be in public service.
Yeah. No, I hear you, caller. I mean, I love him. I think he's wonderful. I hope he has a good little run at it as chairman. But the only way for us to know is when we get to election day. Anyway, you hear that jingle. That means it's time to go to the break. Don't move. I'm Levan Miller. This is Freedom March. We'll be right back on the next side of the break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Thank you so much for staying with us through the break. I'm Leland Miller, and of course, you're listening to us on 103.5 The Beat FM. On channel 224, that's on cable. Channel 112, that's over on Flow. And ILTV Studios. But wherever you are listening, let me say thank you so much for listening. And I'm not saying it for you if you're already here listening to me. I'm saying it so that you could get on the phone and call your friends. I'd encourage your friends not to spend their afternoons listening to vapid nonsense, but instead to come over here and listen to us on Freedom March, where often the goal is to inform, to educate, and every now and again,
entertain.
We entertain, eh? Fantastic stuff. So I wanted to save these because I wanted to make sure that I put these by themselves so that they know exactly how special they were. And I wanted to make sure that since they are so special to me that I do these separate and apart from the other ones, just so that they are entirely aware of who they are to me. And so I want to say a happy 76th birthday to Rudolph Squeeze Smith. That's from your love, Esther, Charlotte, O'Shea, and Oscar. And Squeeze, they want you to enjoy this day to the absolute fullest. They want you to do all of the things that you desire. They want you to have all of the things that your hearts desire. And then when you wake up tomorrow, they want you to remember what a wonderful day you had today. And, of course, to my wonderful cousin, Nikita, from her mommy, her family, and all of her friends, and the people that love her, I want to say, why she not take my cousin name?
No, I'm trying to look. Well, it's difficult for me to see her clearly.
That's my cousin. I have plenty.
Is your cousin?
I have plenty cousins. All I have is cousins. I have enough cousins to start my own Persian army.
Wow.
Yeah. And so to my good cousin, that's Marinette daughter, mind you, Nikita, happy birthday. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'm told that they're going to be on the porch. I'm going to pass by the porch. And I'm going to see.
The porch?
You can't come.
No, because I didn't sound like something. You mean 5 porches?
Oh, they only have 1 porch.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't need 5.
Okay.
And so I'm going to pass down by the porch and say hello on my way out of the studio. We can go back to the phone lines. Let's go back to the phone lines. 323-7775. Happy birthday, cousin. 6980775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Miller, spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Mr. Miller, you said something yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
I think it was reference to the Prime Minister talking about the crime situation.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying that the COP should have said it.
The COP is the one person in the country responsible for crime, so only her should be speaking to crime.
So why didn't the Minister of National Security speak about it?
Well, the Minister of National Security wasn't there when they did the interview, but the point I'm saying was, make sure you hear me clearly now. What the Prime Minister said yesterday spoke to police strategy. The Prime Minister doesn't formulate police strategy. The Prime Minister can't tell me what will be the Commissioner's response, because that's not his job. You understand what I'm saying? So he can't say that saturation patrols will increase in certain areas that we do not expect or ordinarily didn't have as hot spots. The Prime Minister can't say that because that's his job.
Okay, what you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
You have a housing minister.
Mm-hmm.
He speak about housing.
Mm-hmm.
You have a road traffic minister.
Uh-huh.
Speak on traffic.
Sure.
You have a PPL minister.
Uh-huh.
Speak on electricity.
Sure.
So you're saying the Minister of National Security cannot speak on the crime issues?
So it is.
That's what you're saying?
It is a very peculiar situation. Okay. All of those people that you just, like the controller of road traffic isn't an autonomous person. The board of PPL should be autonomous because it's a corporation, but you understand the way the role of the Commissioner of Police is laid out in the law. The Commissioner is an independent person, like the DPP is, like the Attorney General is, right? As a consequence, Paul, that chair doesn't take political direction. Am I making myself clear to you?
Yes, sir, I understand.
So the Commissioner can advise the Prime Minister that, hey, we are going to beef up patrols in areas that we wouldn't ordinarily have. When the Prime Minister speaks to the press, all he should say is, we have appointed a commissioner. I still have full confidence in the commissioner. The commissioner has advised me of her intentions. I want to assure the public that the commissioner enjoys the full support of my government. and we will give her every asset that she requires.
Okay. So where's the Minister of National Security in all this?
I don't know, but I think they ambushed the Prime Minister to a REIT lane.
Let me say this again. This is my last little...
You still there?
This is my last little piece what I want to say. Under this government so far, right, we done had a new commissioner for BDOT. We done had a new director for immigration. We done had a new commander for the Defense Force. We also have a new commissioner for the police.
Right.
I really think the Minister of National Security should be in the front more on crime. And he need to be saying, and not just in media or whatever like that. Be on TV, speak to the people, because the people, a lot of people are there right now, they're afraid. And if he come on, he say some things what could be done, and give the people a surety, the people will feel more relaxed.
But do you realize that that, in many instances, was exactly the problem we had with the former minister? That people couldn't tell whose force it was, and that there were times... Do you remember during the lockdown, the former Minister of National Security came out and gave a briefing about how the police would be carrying out the lockdown?
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. If I were Commissioner of Police, the minute the minister reached, I call my convoy to carry me home, because this is obviously his ship. I'm saying to you, when you have autonomous bodies, they have to be exactly that. So the Free National Movement is saying they're going to appoint an independent body to review the police.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me, because the police force is already an independent body. And what would make that independent body any less beholden to the political whims of politicians than the Commissioner of Police? It wouldn't make sense to me.
True.
So I'm saying, because of the kind of creature the Commissioner of Police is in the law, it is actually right for the minister to not continuously speak for the Commissioner of Police. That was also why I said yesterday, caller, that I want commissioners of police to do away with this whole "the minister has spoken" thing, because the minister don't speak for me.
I think that this woman commissioner we have now, she is very brilliant.
I think so as
and
well.
I support her 100%.
I do as well.
And she ain't holding back whether you corrupt or whatever. You're going to stand trial for some things, police or not.
Yeah.
Whether you're to the top, she can bring you to the bottom if you're doing corruption. I applaud her 110% every day. And I also pray for.
Yeah.
God bless you all. You all have a good day.
Yeah, thank you, caller. The Commissioner of Police enjoys my absolute full support. And if I can assist the Commissioner in any way possible, she enjoys my absolute support. And I believe that she is a phenomenal Commissioner of Police. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. You there, caller? 323-7775. Hello, caller.
Mr. Miller, how you doing?
I feel okay. How are you?
Yes, sir. You're doing a good job, Mr. Miller.
Thank you.
And I like the way you conduct yourself. You know a lot about how the armed forces go ahead.
I try.
But, Mr. Miller, I want to say something to the spiritual advisor. Mr. Spiritual advisor,
yes, sir.
Do you have an idea what's going on at Market Street right now?
Market Street?
Yeah, because I think you have a connection. I think you have a connection going because you stay on your phone while Mr. Miller is talking. You never entertain him.
All right, so let me just slow on a second. So, whatever you do, don't allow the devil to take you captive to do his work. All right.
Oh boy.
But not because I may be glancing back and forth on my phone. That has nothing to do with nothing. So what you're doing is you're assuming something that's incorrect. Now, you have anything else you want to say, sir?
Well, I want to tell you that I keep telling you, stay off your phone, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. All right. So the woman said I mustn't call the member Balaam for South Beach. Which beach?
South Beach.
What, and I mustn't call him what?
You know you was doing. I mean, I was wondering if anybody's going to pick up on that, but, I left it alone.
Wow.
His name is
What is
Bacchus
his
Roll.
name? His name is Bacchus Roll.
Bacchus Roll. How do you spell Bacchus? Is it B-A-R-C-U-S?
Yeah, he asked Mommy, I know. Oh. Anyway.
I think so.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March. Hey.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm spiritual advisor.
Yes, sir.
Spiritual advisor. There are people here say,
yeah.
They know what you're doing on your phone. You might be doing something better. Now, Devon, you take your pressure pills this morning.
If I take my pressure pills, I don't take pressure pills.
You had a yellow bottle today anytime? You don't have to answer that.
Do I need my lawyer? Because you get 2 questions before I start asking for my lawyer.
But listen, Devon, I told you yesterday, when have you known we had a commissioner of police that was autonomous in this town other than B.K. Bonamy?
We have had a commissioner of police with autonomy from they write it in the law, GNN. What you mean?
Yeah, but that's the on the book. And like old people that say, paper can lay down, let anybody write on it.
Oh boy!
But in actuality, B.K. Bonamy was the only one that went against the prime minister.
Okay.
The rest of them are puppets handled by marionettes.
Oh boy! You think they tap dancing?
They tap dancing, buddy.
I don't get that from this commissioner of police though. Like she gives me the kind of feeling that at any point it becomes too much, she's prepared to tip her hat and tell them, gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Yeah, that's it. That she bucked that first rock. Cause when she first came in, I was one of the only behemoths that no shit shot her and gave her all kind of accolades and welcome. But obviously she's starting to fit into the identical mold of the others. Okay. And we've been arguing for 52 years, in the 53 years, for the same things in this country, what we know can't happen, ain't happen. We have a democratic dictatorship style of government.
And that's the point I'm making. And do the men that stand and blockade the gate continue to do that because they do not want the kind of men that Lyndon Pidlin said were needed or required for the new frontier?
Okay.
Do you look in the Parliament of the Bahamas and you see Amazons of vision?
Say that again.
When you consider the Parliament of the Bahamas today, are you telling me that the people you see in there are Amazons of vision?
No, sir.
You think they are our finest warriors?
No, sir.
You think they are men who do not shrink in the face of adversity?
Yes, sir.
And so my point is, maybe the blockading is so that we do not get the kind of people that Sir Lyndon was talking about.
And that is my point. Instead of us talking about what the Commissioner of Police and the Prime Minister should be doing in terms of protocol, what we need to be discussing at this point is what we can do next election and the direction where we going.
And
not them old things we know.
That was the other question. The other question was if you are not voting for the PLP. Well, I had someone tell me today the reason they ain't voting for their member of parliament was because they went to the constituency office and they wanted to print off their resume so bad, and the woman tell them that the MP say that they can't just print off all kinds of things. And that's why she's voting against the MP. And if I were the MP, she would probably be voting against me as well, because as learned lordship Sir Michael Barnett taught me, there ain't no such thing as free lunch. I can't just keep printing paper for people randomly.
Yeah, because these MPs don't refurbish and maintain nothing.
No, but I'm saying to you, I ain't sure if that's a reason to vote me out of office, though.
Well, when you got some people, they ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer out there with his vote, you know.
And all I'm saying is, you know how difficult, if the voting electorate is going to be that mercurial, right? Do you know how difficult it must be to be re-elected?
Man, I know some people was vote. Fella tell me he's vote for the PLP every 5 years and says give or take he.
Oh boy.
You think that makes sense?
I don't even know. I don't even know if I like Ham and Teggy that much. That's the thing. I don't even know if I like Ham and Teggy that much.
But boy, Levan, he was up top, but he didn't want to fight me when I tried to tell him some better concrete things to vote for.
Oh boy.
Like the Ham and Teggy, buddy. But we need to be charting our way out of this mess, Levan, instead of talking about the same things for 52 more years. We need to be figuring how we can get out. You agree with me, Spiritual?
I guess so.
we need to be charting our way out of this, man. Thanks for taking that, boy.
Thank you, Gian. And producer,
All
at
right.
some point, let's pull a Pat Ramen song today. The people in them say they love that song. They want me to play it again on air. So, Pat Ramen, if you out there, don't kill us. Don't ask YouTube to take our thing down. We just playing your song because Bahamians tell me they never hear it. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
I'm pleasant. Good afternoon, Mr. Malay.
Hey, Anton.
All right, Mr. Malay, how you doing, person?
I'm doing well. Anton, you heard how Levon opened the show, right?
No, I didn't catch that part.
Right. Levon's question is a very interesting one.
What's
But,
his one?
okay, he's saying the gatekeepers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The now Prime Minister talked about how, they prevented him from entering frontline politics at an early stage.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And Levon is saying he believed that worked in Mr. Davis' favor.
Okay.
What I say?
That you believe that worked in his favor.
That they blockaded him?
No. They okay.
They prevented him at the time.
Yeah, they
I think that
basically.
work in his favor. I think that work against him.
Why you say that?
Because he never got to show us his prowess until he was 60 large odd. And I'm saying, what if they didn't blockade him in what was that, 87?
He wouldn't survive.
What you mean he wouldn't have survived?
Linden,
Yeah.
Hubert Ingram,
Yeah.
and Christie in their prime.
Yeah.
He wouldn't survive.
But
so
he's prime minister today. He outlived them and outlast them.
Well, it was his time now, but not then.
And nothing is before its time.
Yeah, he wouldn't survive.
Anton, I can tell you one thing. At
Okay.
74 years old, Anton, the only thing I want to do every morning is wake up naked and drink marijuana tea.
Antoine.
I definitely don't have to put on a coat suit.
Antoine.
Yeah.
Antoine, I hate to put you on the spot, right? But let me ask a question. I think this question is fair. Who do you think is a better prime minister? Ingram?
Between who and who?
Ingram or Davis?
Boy.
To be honest with you, and that question has been floated in the talk show round, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you must consider.
Mm-hmm.
That's an unfair question to put on Mr. Davis, who hasn't even completed his first term
Okay.
yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When you had
That's fine.
Mr. Ingram, who's completed three terms.
Right.
And so if we want, I think it'd be a fair question at the end of Mr. Davis's first term to have that question put back to us. However, what I would say is this: based upon what Mr. Davis is doing, right, in terms of the National Guard, in terms of the record repatriations for illegal migrants or undocumented persons in the country, in terms of unemployment, in terms of how he has done a wonderful job turning the economy's finances and economics around from falling down over the cliff, the deepest cliff you could ever find, in terms of what he's doing with settling of the union matters and his willingness to humble himself, even as the prime minister, to the top of the hill and listen to the people and try to make adjustments where necessary for the betterment of everyone. I think Mr. Davis is on track to becoming, if not one of our top prime ministers, given another term. Listen to me, spiritual. Listen to me, Mr. Miller. Let me, and this is right along the lines of why I call in today.
Right. Okay. Because I was going to ask you.
If the people give, see fit to give Prime Minister Davis a second term in office, the work that he is doing now will culminate to an extraordinary experience for Bahamians. It cannot happen in 5 years. But, Levon, we had this conversation maybe 2 shows back. The work that he's doing now, if Mr. Davis gets an opportunity, if he's blessed by the Bahamian people to get a second term in office, listen, man, we would be experiencing milk and honey here on earth.
Oh, boy.
And
milk
that
and
is
honey.
what the Prime Minister is supposed to do for its people.
Wow.
He's well on the way.
And
Thank
so
you
the
for the
question I
opportunity. God
asked,
bless.
hold on, Antoine, don't run. The question I asked earlier was simply this, right? The blockade that took place, I think that was 87 or 91, wherever that was, right?
Right.
When Ingram and Christie pretty much blockaded him from being nominated, right?
Marco City.
If he was elected, so many things may have gone differently, he quite possibly would have been in contention for leadership of the Progressive Liberal Party at an earlier time.
No question about it.
Which possibly could have seen him become prime minister at an earlier time.
Absolutely.
And if he performs like this at 74, this is the first. I'm 40 years old.
Imagine him in his
never in
complete
my
prime.
life, never in my 40 years have I voted for a re-elected prime minister.
Okay.
It's just not been a thing.
Okay.
This is the first time in my election lifespan that I continue to go into different spaces and hear people almost synergistically say, boy, the PLP look like they could do too. That appears to be the common thread in the conversation in the spaces I go.
Yes.
And if we have a 74-year-old pulling that off,
who can do that?
What would he have been like at 64?
What could he have? But listen here, Levon. Let me end with this point right here, please, in the name of Jesus. Listen, Levon, and listening to you with that great summation, you just reminded me of something that was in my heart, which was a part of why I called you and spiritual today.
Sure.
And let me say good afternoon to the nation. My apologies. Look, God is working in such mysterious ways, Mr. Miller. He may not be in his prime, in his years, in age, but his wisdom, his experience, his knowledge, his understanding of what the Bahamian people has gone through, is going through, and his success through all of it has placed him in the prime position where he is right now to do the work that he's about to do. And just the combination of what I'm about to say. Listen, mark my words, the first female prime minister is coming out of the PLP, and it will come directly out of the bosom of the current prime minister. Remember I said that. Remember I said that. The first female prime minister, and she is not new to leadership. She is not new to challenge. And she's not new to success.
Well, I want to tell you this, Anton. I want to tell you this,
Anton. Take care.
I can tell you this as you go. She's going to have to maneuver her way around Pia Glover Road because that's a tough act to beat. Let's take another phone call. 323-7775. Hello, caller. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Good.
All's well?
Most things.
Good, man. Good, man. Listen, I agree with one of your previous callers in regards to the autonomy of the commissioner. It's only on paper, but I give credit to this particular commissioner. I think she's doing a credible job.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Miller, I want to ask your opinion on this Clint Watson and the trade issue.
You mean about the chairman calling for their resignation?
Yeah.
I think he's splitting hairs. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we went down this road several times before. If I'm not mistaken.
The manager of the station?
No, but I'm saying to you, if I'm not mistaken, I think Renwood Wells was a public servant when he decided he wanted to run in an election, wasn't he?
No, but not just any public servant we're talking about. He's general manager of public corporation. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but okay, so until such time as he is nominated, he doesn't really have anything, like, until the nomination happens, there's no reason to resign.
Okay, not in law, but in ethics, right? I mean, he is controlling the public service, the information from the corporation funded by the public funds.
Sure. And
he's showing an obvious bias now. I mean, it's obvious.
And
we know that he wears loyalty lies.
So here's the thing, right? He has expressed his interest. The Prime Minister said he has done so for quite some time. It is now the responsibility of the viewing public that if ZNS looks as if all it is doing is spewing political rhetoric, they should report it to IRCA and have IRCA request or demand whatever action is necessary. You follow me? See, you have to let the organs of the state work.
Yeah,
that is the reason they are created.
Do the honorable thing before somebody complains.
Sometimes you can't rely on people to be honorable. Remember, marriage is honorable and all, but you can't rely on people to be honorable.
Okay.
You have to make sure that you put structure in place, right? And then, for instance, people say the commission is only autonomous on paper. I don't want to believe that because I don't want to believe that the judges of the Supreme Court are only autonomous on paper. I don't want to ever believe that the Chief Justice of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas tap dances to the whim of a politician. I don't want to believe that
in the perfect world, things would be as it is written, right? But we can't stick our head in the sand like ostriches and pretend that
Thank you very much, caller.
But
Thank
if
you.
we lose faith in the system, hold on, because the only thing that keeps us from anarchy and chaos is the system. You agree?
I agree with you. I'd like to hear what you have to say on the government letterhead or personal matter.
But if right-thinking, law-abiding citizens start to say things like, that's folly, then what do we expect from the men among us with lesser resolve?
You respond to what you see happening in the politics.
I don't want to believe that. Caller, I believe that the commission is autonomous, and if she perished, then she perished, but she intends to uphold the law. Anyway, that jingle means that we out of time.
I'll call you back on it.
I just out of time. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been Freedom March. I'm Leland Miller. We'll see you again here tomorrow.
If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back.